Welcome to another MP4Nation.net video and review. Today I'm going to show you a Rockchip RK2808 Android-based tablet. Some of you have probably seen pictures or other videos of this exact player because it is the most commonly available Rockchip RK2808 player right now. And it is a generic player. It's not actually made by any of the big branded MP4 PMP companies in China. That's why it's flooding places like eBay. So I thought it'd be interesting to do a video review of this, but also demonstrate how well the Rockchip RK2808 handles Android. As this is a generic player, and it actually came out before the Moonse W7, which was supposed to be the first Rockchip RK2808 player to have Android to be released on the market, the actual firmware on this is a beta version. However, saying that, I call it beta because it's just the kernel version number is older than the one that's on the final release model of the Moonse W7. However, I've been using this for a couple of days, and I have to say the actual Android OS implementation is stable, works well, apps work fine with it. So I'm expecting the final version to have even more custom apps, a different UI look, and probably a little bit more efficient. However, as this is a generic device, you should know that there's a good chance there won't be any real updates for this. Although there has been an update to fix the English language, to convert the whole Android OS into English language because there was an issue with the keyboard. I haven't updated to that, but there is that update. If there will be more, I don't know. But those who are considering purchasing this should really consider that they may not get any updates to this, which isn't really a bad thing, but I just want people to know that. Okay, here's the actual device. Let me give you the hardware lowdown. It has a 7-inch resistive touch panel, 800 by 480 resolution screen. It has a 1.3 megapixel camera, which is absolutely shit. This is just a LED for indicating charging. It has 128 MB SD RAM. This has 2 gigs of internal memory. On the side here there are 2 USB ports. One is for the USB host where you can add like a 3G dongle. This is your USB data port where you can connect to your PC for data transfer to the internal memory, as well as firmware updates. And a note on the internal memory, although I said it's 2 gigs, only 1 gig is actually usable for data storage. The other 1 gig is for the Android OS, for the operating system. And it does have a expandable memory slot, a micro SD expandable memory slot where you can add up to a 16 gig SDHC card. So it does greatly expand the amount of memory you can have on this, thankfully. It has a 3.5 mm headphone jack. This is your power slot. Up here are your home and menu buttons, and up back there is a speaker. This is all plastic. It's not the slickest, nicest feeling player, but then again, it is actually a low-cost 7-inch player too. Form factor, it isn't that thick, and those people who are going, wow, that looks like an iPad, really it's actually a clone of, well, the design is more of an iPhone, to be fair. This uses Android 1.5, but it's been customized by Rockchip to run on the RK2808 player. And Rockchip have made some other custom applications, including a specific audio player that allows for better audio file support, including FLAC, which has been missing on a lot of Android players, and a video player that decodes through the Rockchip RK2808 hardware and not software, so you can actually get up to 720p video playback. However, if you're going 720p is really maxing it out, and you'll see a lot of dropped frames. But that just means that videos under that resolution will play better, a lot better than most Android tablets of the same size, and certainly in the price range. I'm going to stop talking about the hardware, and I'm going to show you the operating system and how it handles. Let me actually just kill all apps. Because it's only 128 MB SD RAM, memory is crucial on this device. It does come with a task manager killer, application killer, just one button, press it and everything gets killed. But I also downloaded off the App Store the advanced task killer, which I think is also better. Overall, the touchscreen responsiveness, I'd give it probably a 6 out of a 10. It has moments where it works well, and then it has moments where it's not that accurate. But then again, this is a low-cost resistive touch panel. I don't think it should be a knock on the actual Rockchip implementation, because this is just, I've used another Rockchip play before, and the touchscreen was more sensitive, and therefore things were more accurate when you were inputting. So keep that in mind also. As I said previously, I did download an app from the App Store. So this just confirms that the Rockchip 2808 Android implementation can log on to and download off Google Marketplace, which is key because this is what really adds a significant new dimension to these PMPs, and that's App Store. That's different, like your Facebook apps, your games, Twitter. If you want to do blogging, you got the WordPress app. It all works on this. I've tried. Now, not all your games and apps will work efficiently on this. The processor isn't the fastest processor on the market, so some more processor intensive apps will not work on this properly, and especially more games that require like a Snapdragon processor like the next one needs will not work as fast or as smoothly on this. But so far from my testing, a lot of the games do work. Some a little bit more sluggish, but all of them do seem to, you can still play them enjoyably. And as you see, scrolling is pretty good, and you can go ahead and download different applications, which I've already done. As you can see, most of these apps here are new, including Opera Mini 5. I open this up, go down, and the Skyfire browser, which is really good for Flash video streaming, and also the Facebook app, which, as you can see, I already have the widget. And surprisingly, the Facebook app on this works as well as it does on my next one, as far as how smooth it is in scrolling and stuff. Does have the on-screen keyboard, and this is where I meant that this particular firmware had a little bug where it was in Chinese. There is an update that fixes this so that it totally cuts out the Chinese keyboard. So if you're going to get this, just make sure that it has the latest update, or you have access to that update, which I do have, I think, on the website, or will have. Anyway, let me just show you Opera Mini 5, which I downloaded. I prefer this over the standard browser because it just works faster, pages load better. Page loading, I would say it's probably the same as my old HTC Tattoo. As you can see, it actually loaded quite quickly. Your Wi-Fi connectivity also will factor into this, and it does have accelerometer, so you can change from landscape to portrait. Ooh, I just can't get that all in focus. Makes it easy to read. Ooh, another Prime Minister of Japan resigns. Ooh, surprise. It's actually very easy to read off this screen. Those of you familiar with this particular app will know how it works. So, I mean, scrolling gets better as all the images load and stuff on the web page. But again, that's one of the cons of the Rockchip RK2808. It does handle apps, it does handle Android decently well, but certain things like scrolling and stuff can get a little laggy. But, it doesn't stop functioning, and doesn't really stop you from enjoying this. I mean, there are better tablets, better, more fast processors than the RK2808 that can handle Android, but this is meant to be a budget Android processor, basically. Let me quickly show you the audio and video player that's made by Rockchip. This is a custom interface. It does play FLAC, MP3, WMA, OGG, mainly FLAC that's been missing from Android players. It does have your dynamic scrolling, as you can see. It does do your sorting by artist, album, genre, and such. It does display album art, if you have that. Anyway, I just want to quickly show you the video player app that's been custom made by Rockchip. I can handle up to 720p videos and play like MKV, AVR, RMVB, VOB, FLV file formats, but at 720p resolution, videos play a little choppy and frames are being dropped, as you'll see here. So basically, you would want to watch videos of a lower resolution than 720p, ideally. But first and foremost, this is an MID or a tablet where you can use the App Store to use, download really cool little apps. Second, an audio device because the audio quality out from this is really good. Third, a video device. So, I mean, keep in mind that what you should be getting an Android tablet for that's using a Rockchip RK2808 processor. This is the Rockchip RK2808 Android tablet, a generic one anyway. I don't think this will be my final review on such a device, but here it is. Head on over to mp4nation.net to see if we actually sell this, or head on over to our forums to discuss this. Thank you.